Plaintiffs Barbara Hastings and her mother Charlotte Shaw thought the defendant would be an ideal tenant because she was a single mother. However, they claim the defendant started dating a drug dealer and she turned into a neglectful mother who had drugs in the home. They're suing for damages and rent. Defendant Harmony Kephart admits that she unknowingly started dating the wrong man who stole her car and cleaned out her bank account. And after she took him back, he assaulted her. Harmony denies owing because the plaintiffs kept her security deposit.
Start with you all.
Your Honor, I would like to just state that I'm not happy to have to come to court today. However, I am very pleased to be in your courtroom. And I just hope with life experiences, we all experience different things, yours being different from my tenants as well as I've had troubles up and down in lifetime, but we just learn from our mistakes. And I'm just hoping that you can be an inspiration for my defendant.
Oh, good. All right.
And when I met Harmony, she was a single mom with two lovely daughters, which are 4 and 6, and she was getting her life on track and just...
I said when a couple of times. That's what
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I couldn't hear you. When is in September of 11.
Okay.
And
she was trying to get her life on track, single mother.
Just felt she was going to be a wonderful tenant. Mm-hmm. And just within a few months, things went downhill. And so anyways, I first learned of it when she was having problems paying the rent, and what happened is just she got hooked up with the wrong person.
How do you know?
How do I know? Yes. Is I know the person in the neighborhood. I believe she turned the house into a drug house. I believe she was on drugs.
How do you know? What gives you this?
What gives me this is just the evidence. When I finally got into the house, we found evidence. There was baggies with teardrops on them. They put a safe in the bedroom. They had 3 deadbolts on their bedroom door. The kids were being brought home from wandering by the law. Also, the cops had been called to the house several times from fighting and arguing, which just due to her choices is what has gotten her into trouble.
Did you ask her about whether she was using drugs in your...
She denies it. However, when she turned over the property and we accessed the property, like I said, we found the safe was installed in one of the bedrooms. There was baggies in there with teardrops, knives in the safe, residue in the safe.
That's a new one on me, the teardrop on the baggies. What does that indicate?
Well, from what I understand, and I'm not in the drug world,
what have you heard?
From what I understand is they mean
this.
Different things. A certain symbol would mean a different type of drug.
Gotcha.
So whether it was meth or cocaine, I couldn't tell you. I just know it's drugs.
That a baggie with a teardrop means some type of drug.
Means something, according to what they say on the street.
All right, good enough. You've been on the street a lot more recent than me.
Well, I just asked around because I don't know.
Like you said, we both got backgrounds. Yours a little fresher than mine.
Like I said, it's just what I heard.
I understand. And I'm like, you wanted to say something, ma'am? You can go ahead.
Excuse me. Yeah, I would just like to say that I think when we found out that maybe she was with the wrong crowd, she got hurt. A friend beat her up, and she was taken to the hospital.
Okay.
And I mean, he seriously could have really hurt her.
That doesn't sound like she made the wrong choice. It sounds like she had if it was a guy, she had a bad guy. He may have been a nice guy when she met him, so she may have made the right choice initially, and then he could have flipped on her.
And I would say that, but back when she first started having issues, which the first time when I found out she was seeing this neighborhood gentleman, he had taken her car, cleaned her bank account out. That's when I first was warned of it.
When was that? Approximately.
That was in April of 2012.
How'd you find that out? You're a nosy little something. All in the woman's business. Go ahead.
Well, she called and she was going to be late with rent, so I asked why. And so she tells me. So when she tells me who it is, I lived in the neighborhood 10 years myself almost. And I warned her of him because I have a daughter her age, my youngest one. He is bad news. He is a thief. He is a known drug dealer in the neighborhood. He's been charged and convicted of this stuff.
Let me allow her to give some background, then we'll get back.
Thank you.
Yes.
First of all, this is like putting salt on an open wound.
Why you say?
Because I went through a lot. First of all, I'd like to show you these pictures. Maybe help explain of when I got abused.
Okay. Wow. Before we get to this, though, did you want to tell me about anything else?
First of all, I met him through a girl I went to Bible study with. So I thought he was a good person. I did not know anything about his background. I should have looked him up and did a background check. I will from now on. He was very good to me. He was just like a best friend, you know, we got along really well. I thought I was gonna marry him, you know. I guess he was putting up a front.
And when did, if at all, he steal your car or any of the other things that
He did. I had him locked up. Well, he got caught. I took
What
charges
did he do
on him.
again? I'm sorry.
He
She
stole
said-
my car, and he cleared out like $700 in my checking account.
How did he get your checking account?
Because I told him to run to the store and get me some cigarettes, and when he went, he never came back.
And when did you see him next?
In court.
Oh,
The next
okay.
time I went to court for the charges that I took out on him.
All right. And you all ended your relationship then?
Yes, but he was writing me and
Oh, he was
told me he was giving
prosecuted
his
and
life
sent-
back to Jesus and was going to change. And
Okay. What do you know about these baggies and the drug paraphernalia that she alleges?
I had a safe that I had some knives in for my
Knives?
protection because I'm a single mom.
Okay.
And the baggies, my friend from in the neighborhood, he gave me, and I didn't know what they were, and I didn't know what to do with them, so I put them in there.
Why are you lying to me?
The only time I've ever seen
You
those,
lock knives up in your safe to protect yourself from an intruder. Intruder comes, you got to go to the safe with the combination. And he's just going to stand there and wait on you to get your knife. Make sure you got the right combination.
that was only.
Then the drugs or paraphernalia get in there because a friend gives you baggies. Was anything in the baggies?
No, sir.
Gives you empty baggies. And you put them in your safe. For what reason do you put them in your safe?
I have no idea.
Okay,
I did not
you were
have them for
high.
any
Either
purpose.
you were high or you're lying to me. That's a dope fiend story, ma'am. I don't even know where to resume. It's horrible that you would tell me that. All right. So you prosecuted him and he was sentenced.
Mm-hmm.
And when did you next see him? When he got out?
When he got out, he was staying at his sister's house, and he came over to my house to see me.
Okay. And what happened then?
We hung out sometimes, and, you know, he was promising me to be different, and so I thought he was going to be different. You know, by then I had already fell in love with him.
And when did he assault you?
August 31st.
Was that the last time?
Yes.
All right. And what happened then?
He came over to my house, was drunk, and I think he was on some kind of drugs, and I had bought a pint of liquor, and we were going to hang out later on that night and just chill, and he was acting crazy. I was scared, so I drank it because he wanted the alcohol.
Oh, dear.
And
You drank it because what?
because he wanted it, and I was scared what he would do. I didn't know.
So you drank it
I wasn't
instead.
thinking.
Instead
you know.
of dumping it out or hiding it, you drank it.
Yes, and that because I was scared. I was stressed out. I didn't know what to do.
You think about breaking it, throwing it on the ground and breaking it?
That would have been a better idea, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am. So he assaulted you August 31st, and these are the pictures of what happened that day.
He pushed me down in the bathtub and punched me in my face on the porch, and he dragged me by my hair across the street.
Was he arrested that time too?
Yes.
Was he sentenced?
Yes.
Okay, good. What damages are you suing her for and rent?
Well, Your Honor, I did a prorated rent for September from, I didn't charge the whole month, just part
When
of the
did
month.
she move?
On the 18th of September is when she surrendered the property. So I charged back rent from September 1st through the 18th.
Okay.
And then I'm suing for major damages to the wood floors. Half the house had wood floors, which have burn marks, scratches, gouges, and these floors had to be completely redone.
Okay.
There's other damages, but I'm just suing, I'm giving her a break. I'm just suing for the major damage to the
All
property.
right. Is your mom with you?
Yes, sir.
She wants to say something. You want her to speak?
Yes.
Come on up, ma'am. State your name.
My name is Lynette Peterson.
Give us some tissue, please, Dora.
I just wanted to say I was there every day because I took care of the children. But I did see there was not burn marks. That was not burn marks on the floor. What it was is one of the girls had wet their pants, and they took their underpants off and put them on the floor. And the others, there would have been maybe some scratches in the living room, but from like when you move your couch or something, you know, and that kind of thing on the wood floor.
And you have a picture of the damages?
I have pictures, Your Honor.
And the estimate for the repairs?
I do.
Do you have anything to say about the rent for September?
Well, she took my $600 deposit.
Security deposit?
Yeah, she said I forfeited it, but I haven't seen on the rental agreement where it says it could be
the
forfeited.
security deposit you are to have either returned to you or deducted from the cost of the repairs once you leave. So I'll straighten that out. I am looking at discoloration and damage to the wooden floors, ma'am. However it happened, it's damaged. You have your estimates. All I see is floors, though. I mean, you have to have...
And the door that was busted on the bedroom, the brand new door that we had put on before she moved in, that was busted, and then they replaced it with an old hardwood door that had 3 deadbolts on it to their bedroom door on the inside.
He did all this? He kicked the door in? And who did this?
Well, one day I locked myself out and I had to get in the door because my kids were in there playing around, and but yes, he punched the door one day.
Have any other evidence?
I just have I have my estimate on the wood floors. I do also have a couple of statements from neighbors.
Now, just give me the estimates. I've seen it. I can see it.
Sorry?
The question becomes, did you deduct that $600?
I did not, Your Honor. There was more damages. I should have...
Well, the law is that security deposits are used to cover the damages once the tenant moves. She moved, and you are suing for $3,500 in damages, but you have not given her credit for the $600 that you were holding. $3,500 is your judgment minus the $600 that you didn't give her credit for. So $2,900 is your judgment. Ma'am, I'm going to ask you to take a drug analysis test. Do you mind doing that?
No.
And if you come up dirty, do you agree going to drug rehab?
Sure.
And we'll arrange it for you. All right? Good luck. Judgment for the plaintiff.
I hope she can move on, and I hope that really she learns to surround herself with better people, because you are who you hang with, and I think she's learned a very valuable lesson, and I truly do love Harmony, and she has 2 great, beautiful daughters.
I just want to say I'm glad this is all over and I put this in my past and move on and think about my children and not have to worry about being beat up or anything else.